In this video, I am going to share the story of why I left multi-level marketing and what I did next. So let's go ahead and play the disclaimer. Okay, that was a little rough, but I am DeeCee and I used to be in multi-level marketing or MLM. I call them schemes. You may know them as MLM scams, and sometimes people think they are pyramid schemes. I was in Mary Kay and Young Living. I was really excited at first. Then I started to wake up, and you'd think I'd learned the first time, but then I joined another one. I found they weren't as great as I thought that they would be, and eventually I decided to leave, and here is all of the stuff that's going to happen. I'm quite nervous. I'm going to say hello to the live chat. If you're catching this on the replay, hello. I'm not the best about answering my comments, but I'm trying so hard. If you want to hang out with us on a live stream, that's the best place to chat. So live chat, you're incredible. I'm quite nervous and I'm happy to see all y'all. I'm very scared. Hello, Rachel and Teresa, Jennifer, Chrissy, hi, Jessica. I feel like I haven't seen you in forever. Jennifer, Kirsten, Ladies on Lions. I'm Kayla, hi. Bunny Melon, hello. Nina, Christina, hello. Daisy, Mermeow. I'm missing saying hello to people. I'm gonna take a drink because my heart's kind of beating out of my chest. Oh, thank you, Stevie. You're so nice. Des, what's up? I know I keep saying I'm nervous. I'm very scared right now. Okay, let me give you a timeline, and then I'm going to go and read the Hey Girl messages that I received. Hey, Karina. What's up? I'm so proud of you, and I'm happy you're back. Oh, Karina, you deserve all the good things, not me. Shadow, what's up? Hello, Sina, hello. It's been a smidge of a bit. I went out of town this weekend, so just took a break. All right, I'm going to give you a little bit of a background on me without revealing too many details because I like having some privacy when I don't decide to dox myself on the internet. My parents are both pro, like, hard working mentality, and all of my brothers and sisters and I have had jobs since we could figure out how to make money. And so I like staying busy. And back in the day, I was trying to play tennis full time, and that didn't work out. So I went to school and I was working full time. And ended up getting married in 2013. I know, this is like, we went from like being born to like being married. Okay, so 2013, I'm married. I end up getting really sick that year. Is the story the same? A little bit. And when I recover in early 2014, in February, I get a hey girl message from someone I thought was a friend. I guess it's more of a, I was about to say Corinthians. It was more of an acquaintance. Hello, Corinthians. I'm doing a little bit better. Hi, Odds. Oh no, you joined Color Street again? That's okay. Just be gracious with yourself. Thank you. So I'm used to working a lot. I'm used to being busy. I'm used to having basically more control over the money I bring in, if that makes sense. And so if you go from having all of the hours of your day filled up and then go to not, it's just different. Okay. And so after being sick and being like, okay, I want to tackle life again, February rolls around, and I will tell you the exact date because I still have the Facebook message. February 21st, 2014. So 8 months after I have gotten married, here we are in Facebook, in my Facebook messages. And just to give you another little tidbit, I used to do wedding photography. And so I'd known this girl, this, I guess, woman, this person, for a while, for 7 or 8 years. And, hello. Hey, Jess. I'd known her for a while. I'd taken her wedding pictures. I had, given her a gift for her child she had. So kind of a closer acquaintance, if that makes sense. So I'm going to read the message, and I'm not going to put it on the screen right now because I want to make sure that I don't, dox her. And I will make these available on my Instagram stories later. And I'll also make sure that they're in my community posts as well. I'm trying to be careful as I talk about this. I've kind of hit on it a little bit throughout the past, since I started creating videos. And it's always been too painful to talk about in full, but here we are, talking about it in full. Amber, Samantha, hello, Shadow, Debbie, hello. I know, I'm just like, I'm so excited to see everyone. I'm not staying focused. I missed hanging out with all y'all too. Thank you for the kind people who were kind to me. So here's the message from the person that I had just given a baby gift to. I had made it. And I had taken, obviously, her wedding pictures. So me and my second shooter had done her wedding. It's an intensive process, I guess. So I'd spent a lot of time with her. So here it is. She said, "Hey, DeeCee." And then again, this is at 9:52 p.m., February 21st, 2014. "Hey, DeeCee, how are you? Hope you're enjoying sweet married life. Z loves his blanket. It's so cute. Anyway, I was just wondering if you had a moment to help me out with something. I recently started my own business with Mary Kay, and I'm in a challenge to have 10 people listen to a 14-minute recording about Mary Kay, the company, and then get your opinion about it, so I can learn how to answer questions better in the next 24 to 48 hours. I would extend 50% off any item of your choice in appreciation for your help. Would you be able to? Thanks so much." And then her name. Oh, hi, Amber. I'm excited to see you, Jess, for sure. Yes. Oh, yeah, this is my story time cozy. It's a little bit off scale, but we have a little candle. Like a middle finger to Young Living, you know? Just kidding. I could recite this script from memory. Melissa, you and me both. So, if you maybe don't know me, which I know we're all friends on the internet, I love helping people. And I felt good that this person who I thought was nice, she was someone that I would have loved to have been closer friends with. I had taken her wedding pictures. there was a lot of time spent. She was a nice person. Hey, Lisa. And I was like, oh my gosh, of course I can help you out. I can help you learn how to answer questions. I can do that. So, and again, just to give you a time frame, this is February 21st. So there's 7 days till the end of the month. Okay? Not knowing what I know now, she's going from enrolling as a beauty rep, an independent beauty consultant with Mary Kay Cosmetics on, the last couple days, and trying to see how many people she can recruit by the end of the month. Harper! Thank y'all for licking the stream. I hope it tastes delicious. I still consider her kind, genuine. I haven't really talked to her since I stopped doing Mary Kay, which that makes me sad. There's more. How many minutes have we been streaming? 2 minutes, and then the cursey words may be coming. So if this is, I'm going to do my best not to cuss, but it may be happening. So she sent me that, and I said at 10:53 p.m., so an hour later, because I'm a good little social media checker back in the day, I don't know what that's been like. That's 10 years ago. I said, sure thing. Is tomorrow afternoon okay? And she said the next morning at 8:19 a.m., sure, here's the number. And I know, I'm off my game, Stevie. I'm way off my game. I have all these streams set up so I can get back into the groove of things, but here we are, no cursey countdown timer, no normal background, just us with our feelings and our, root beer with my little logo on it. And we've listened to this call because it's still the same one 10 years later. She said, sure, here's the number. And I'm not going to dox anybody, but this is just a recorded line. So I am going to share the number if you want to listen to it. It's 605-475-4099. Access code 803-647, and then the pound sign. When would be best to call you to get your opinion? I've got A's baby shower I'm hosting today, but I could call you tomorrow afternoon, Sunday, or sometime this evening, which is wild. I said tomorrow afternoon is great. And I said this at 8:39 a.m. So I'm a live one, basically. I'm responding within 20 minutes of her messaging me. This is in the script. She's giving me two options. She said you can do it today or tomorrow. You can do, and instead of saying when can you talk, she's only giving me two choices. I choose one of the choices. She's about to give me another choice. I choose one of the choices. So I said tomorrow afternoon is great. And then she said, okay, great. 4:30 or 5. Again, two choices. So like a fish on a line, I said 4:30 is great. And then she said, okay. She gave me more instructions. Press hashtag again or the pound sign again for the reference number. This is making me sad. Oh no, you're good, Jess. We're way past the cursey countdown, so we're ready to go. I'm like getting emotional. We're not going to be emotional as much as I hope that we're not. They said, okay, I think I did it right. I heard the talk from, and this is a public figure. I'm asking the internet not to internet in this situation. She is a active director in Mary Kay. I am trying to be compassionate and also not have information control this person's name. my former director lady, who is still, will say the name on the call, is Nikki Hill. I took notes, and I hope that was the right person I was supposed to listen to. I thought I was helping a friend. I freaking took notes when I was working one of my jobs, like a job, not an MLM job. I took notes because I never wanted to have to ask the manager to repeat something that she told me once. So I was nicknamed Notepad Girl, if that gives you an idea of the notes I like to take. So I did take notes, and I thought I literally was helping her. And she said, "Hey, is this still your number?" It was. I've had the same number for a long time. And we talked. So at 4:59 p.m., after we had our call, and I showed interest because the call that I listened to was like, you don't have to be a salesperson. If you're nice to people, you can be successful at this. You don't even have to like makeup. I was a tomboy, and I used to play sports. I was playing, not me, but she was playing soccer in college. She didn't even know how to be a makeup person, and she figured it out. She's a director. She makes more money than her husband. She pays for private school for her kids. She moves around every 3 or 4 years like me because my spouse is in the military, and I connected all of the things. I was connecting with what she was saying, and she was saying, if you can treat people well, if you can treat your customers well, they will continue to order from you even if you move around the country. And that was going to be my case, and that currently still is my case. I'm an admin. It's a habit to take notes. Also ADHD, lol. Taking notes helps me remain focused on the meeting or training. I have to take notes. Hey, I mean, it's effective, Jessica, for sure. So after I showed interest, 20 minutes or whatever, 30 minutes later, 4:59 p.m., same day, after the call, they send me a video, Leah Lachlan, National Sales Director, and that I was considering, 99% considering I was going to do it. And I am also a note taker. Works best for me as someone on the autism spectrum. That's, Rachel, thank you for saying that. I always kind of get shamed for note taking, so I'm glad it's helpful for other people. We could watch, let me see if this is even still a video. She may have taken this down. So this is when it started. I signed up, and then I signed up before the end of February. I might have taken a day to do it, and I was also contacted by Nikki Hill again about placing an inventory order so that I could better take care of those customers, because customers were, or so I was told, more willing to buy product from someone who had it on hand. And if you're listening to this and you've never been a Mary Kay, that's fine. My hope is that if you are listening to this and you're in an MLM and maybe you're experiencing like the sunk cost fallacy, or you're experiencing like shame, or you're experiencing like that fear of leaving because you have close acquaintances or people that you've been trying to help get to another rank and you don't want to let them down, that maybe as I continue to tell this story, that it gives you some more information where you can extend yourself more grace, where you can be kinder to yourself, because it's still taken me a long time to not beat myself up for putting my family in a financial pickle. Yes, I did. I did, Jennifer. And I will put the call. My dad and I reacted to this sales call, and the one that I listened to 10 years ago, it hasn't changed. And it's a really good sales pitch, I think. And I bought a chunk of inventory. Thousands of dollars of inventory. And my thought was this: I can find people to sell to. I can be teachable. I can learn just like Nikki learned how to do this. I can be genuine. I can be kind to people. I can do hard work. I had just come from training basically full time, doing uncomfortable things for years and years. And I thought learning sales materials and getting uncomfortable is easy. Hey, Nicole. I know. And again, I also will say this. And yeah, Mary Kay being around forever seems legitimate to a lot of people. And we were also told at Mary Kay that it was direct sales. It wasn't multi-level marketing. Back in 2014 when I joined, it seemed, I didn't understand the compensation plan. 2, I didn't understand the structure because I didn't understand the compensation plan. And I believed someone when they said, no, some people misunderstand what we do. We have a product, we sell it to people. It's direct selling. It's not multi-level marketing. And it absolutely is multi-level marketing. Hey, Jennifer. I keep saying Jennifer. Jen B. Thank you for the support. Love you too. I thought because it had been around for 50 years or over 50 years at that time, that it was trustworthy, that it was a tried and true system, that they cared about you being able to spend time with your family, and if you were religious, that you put God first and that you put your family second and then you put your career third. And I liked that order of operations. I thought it meant that the company gave a shit about people. And so I hit the ground when I got that inventory in. I hit the ground running. We were living in Mississippi at the time. I drove back to Houston, where the girl that I signed up with was located, and she helped me do my first party where we sold, gosh, what did we sell? Not a lot, maybe $900 or $1,000 worth of stuff. So that was okay. We were taught after you sold that you had to reinvest what you sold until you got up to a full inventory, which was it was between $10,000 and $12,000. I remember growing, easier said than done, but try not to beat yourself up. I remember growing up with Mary Kay and Avon. I never knew they were scams. Yep. Oh, thank you, Nicole. Yes, I was 20. Yeah, I'm 34 right now. I was 24. Hi, I'm back. One of my PS Beachbody coaches was in Mary Kay before she came to my Beachbody team, and she said she had so much inventory. She even tried to recruit me to her Mary Kay team. Yep. And here's the part I didn't understand. I thought, having been an athlete, having trusted my coach, trusted, people in my life that had earned that trust, not necessarily my coach, but my parents, that they were people. And I know that people in multi-level marketing throw around integrity. when I say my parents have integrity, I mean it. When they have always taught us to do the right thing, even when it's hard, and tell the truth, even when it makes you look bad or it makes you get in trouble. I believed someone when they said the best way to run your business, the most effective way to move up through the ranks is to have a full inventory, because how can you take care of your customers if you don't have what they need on hand? One of my best friends is with Mary Kay. She has so much inventory and only works the business during snowbird season. Interesting. My director, Mary Kay, drove a pink Cadillac, and it was discovered her basement was full of tens of thousands of dollars of product. Yep. So I think I'm hoping people who are in multi-level marketing see this video, that when I say I've been at least where some of you are, where you want to believe the person that you signed up with, that you've joined a team that cares about you, that there's actual people who are trying to do it the right way. I thought I was with that too. And that wasn't the case in some significant ways. When I heard that my director say, stars earn cars, stars meaning if you sell, well, they painted it like if you sell a certain amount of inventory in a 3-month period, you can hit certain star levels. So sapphire, emerald, ruby, diamond, pearl, whatever. And the higher the inventory that you've sold or purchased, then you get different prizes, like an Apple TV or luggage or whatever. She would say, I earned my first entry-level vehicle in 6 months, and I've never dropped my Cadillac status once I hit director. And I've owned 8 Cadillacs since I started when I was 22 or whatever. And I believed her. Now, not every compensation plan is the same in multi-level marketing, but most of the time, I would say in a majority of multi-level marketing companies, there's an incentive for the person above you to not let you return your product to the company, regardless of what the policies and procedures say, because everything that you purchase from the company, they make a commission off of. Meaning, when I place that thousands of dollars of orders for my initial inventory package, my upline, the girl that I signed up with, and at the time in 2014, she was the fastest. I think she set the company record for the fastest person to hit director in all of Mary Kay at that time. If that gives you any idea. She went into DIQ at the end, director and qualification, at the end of the month, which meant she had 10 people who wanted to do the business and placed large inventory orders with her, at least $250. A majority of them placed more. So she had already met and I think it was $20,000 at the time for the director and qualification. You had to bring in $20,000 of volume over 4 months, and you had to sign up 24 people total who wanted to do the business. She did that in the first month, and then she earned her car in like the second month. Yeah. And so there's no incentive for anyone in Mary Kay or in any other company to encourage you. There's no financial incentive for them to help you sell the product, other than if you get discouraged and leave, then they may have to pay their commission back to the company if you return product. However, in Mary Kay, a lot of times you're told, just keep going, just keep trying, try this, try that, whatever it is. And then you run past the window to be able to return the product. And I was selling, just to give you an idea, I wasn't successful in Mary Kay. I sold enough to be top, what was it? Top 3 in our national area for consultant sales. So I think I had sold between $15,000 and $20,000 of product. Like actual sold it, and then I would I would make sure I had a full inventory. I didn't really become full-blown anti-MLM until about 2020. I supported a lot of friends in MLMs. Hell, I almost signed up to Avon. So I had sold a lot between when I started and helping my friend get to director. So this is in February. March comes around. April comes around. I'm selling full time. March, I'm selling. I have made contacts with every single business and school in the area. I've set up appointments with the either principals or CEOs or managers, given them my pitch about doing appreciation events, whatever. So I'm getting hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of leads. And so April, May, June, July. In July, there is an event. It's like the Mary Kay convention. Young Living has a convention most multi-level marketing companies do. Someone asked DeeCee if she got the red jacket. Yep, I did. Yes, I did. In July, we're all driving to the Mary Kay event in Dallas, Texas. Me with my recruits going to support the girl that I had signed up with because she was going to be debuting on the stage as a director. And we get a Voxer, which if you know, I seminar. Yep, yes. I keep saying convention, definitely seminar. Sorry, I'm not doing a good job like having the stuff on the screen. Seminar. And Mary Kay at the time was so big, they had to have like 5 different seminars. So you were either in the diamond seminar or the emerald seminar or the ruby seminar or whatever. And they were fully sold out every time. We get a call on Voxer, which is like a walkie-talkie app. As we're driving, we're halfway to Dallas from Mississippi. And the girl that I had signed up with, who me and my recruits were supporting, said that she had quit the company, that it was too much to do with having a young child, and she wished us all the best. And I wish that I had had that recording, but when I tried to download it, I don't have it anymore. So that was pretty devastating because it was devastating because there was a lot of belief that she had or shared. She was genuine. I had gone to several of her events in Texas to support her on things that she had won and achieved between her signing up in February and seminar in July. And it feels like, someone hits you in the gut and all of your air just leaves your lungs and you can't really catch your breath. And so we get to a seminar. The first night, we have our own awards ceremony for our national area. Nikki Hill's sister is a national sales director and has been for quite some time. And so they had their awards, and I kind of broke down crying, which, surprise, surprise, at the end of that, because it was sad. I liked being a part of a team. I liked helping someone else with achieving what I thought they were trying to achieve in their multi-level marketing. And this is where I should have experienced a red flag. I don't know if this has ever happened to you, but if you know of someone and their character is very clear of who they are. So my friend, although I say my friend, my acquaintance was very genuine. She was honest, even though that script was given to her by, Nikki Hill. She, I guess, to make a long description short, she's good people. And I like partnering with people to do things. I love being on a team, if that makes sense. And so going from like, yes, we're all working towards this big goal together, and I'm helping you, and we're coming up with sales ideas for the whole organization, and we're breaking down things to help train better and blah, 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 blah. And then that person is gone, and then it's like, oh my gosh, it's oh my God, Melissa. I think your seminar story beats my seminar story. My director tripped getting into my car at 4 a.m. to drive there and broke her foot. Then we got to Dallas and my effing car broke. Oh my God. The friend who signed you up said she quit as you were on your way to meet her at the conference. Yes. Yep. Yes. If that wasn't clear, this right here from Odds explains the devastating blow. So the girl that sent me the hey girl message basically quit after she had been broken the record for getting to director, gotten I think she had earned her Cadillac 2014. No, this was in 2014. Oh, we were both there at the same time, Melissa. We were both there at the same time. Oh my God. You know the Gelser national area? That's my national. Oh my God. We were there at the same time. All right. So we get to sit on the front row because Nikki had hit a sales goal. So Melissa can tell you. Melissa needs to come live stream with me so we can explain all this stuff. But we're sitting on the front row, then there's a stage, and we get to sit on the front row because Nikki hit some kind of sales goal. I think she sold her team did $800,000 that year, which is peanuts compared to some other people in multi-level network marketing. Hello, Beth. I feel like I haven't seen you in a long time. I haven't streamed in a while. Which one were you in, Melissa? I can look mine up. So I'm devastated. I've got big feelings. I'm getting to sit on the front row with all the high energy and supporting people debuting director after director after director, people hitting their sales goal, inner circle, like gold inner circle, diamond inner circle, all that stuff. And it was impactful when you get to sit on the front row, I will say that. Oh, that's the worst. Yeah, we lucked out because Nikki is a selling powerhouse. We can see you now, Amber. On the screen. I need to make this more like planty vibe colors. I need to change it from purple. Oh my god, maybe we were in the same one. I'll have to look it up. Amber, second Amber, hello. You're not super late. I'm long-winded. So I'm fired up from 4 days of seminar, not eating barely, except we did get, because Nikki got her $800,000 inner circle, all of her personally enrolled because we got sucked up into Nikki, if that makes sense. So I became Nikki's frontline because I was the girl that I had signed up was frontline. So we got to go to a special luncheon. We got to stay in a nice hotel. And then all the chitter chatter started with Nikki and others about if the girl that had just quit, if only she had had a secretary, if only she had had a personal assistant, she wouldn't have quit. If only blah blah blah. So they were starting to characterize her as some kind of person other than who I knew her to be. And in my youngness, I feel like 20, whatever, however old I was, 24 was kind of young. Hey, Celeste. That I should have been like, no, that doesn't sound like her. She probably had a great reason for leaving, and I did not speak up. And I feel shame over that. Hello. Is it Katie? If it is, hello, Katie. We stayed at the Adolphus in downtown Dallas, which was really nice. Hell expensive, but nice. I think we stayed at the convention hotel. It was $4 to a room. It was expensive. So we're fired up. I'm signing up people during the convention because I'm still working the shit out of my business in between breaks from like the different sessions. And I hit team leader at convention. I'm not a big recruiter. And I was going for DIQ. Hello, Kat. So you leave seminar, you're on a high, you're still sad, but you're like, I'm not going to be unprepared if I get to the point where I'm in DIQ. I'm going to make sure that I have everything in place that I can, whatever. And I bought into the negative, like, information control that was swirling, like the PR, what is it called? The PR campaign to protect and stop all the leaks from happening because their top shining star recruit person left. And oh yes, Melissa sent it to me on Instaspam. So I continue to sell hardcore August, September, October, November, December. Like hardcore. I sold tons of stuff. Celeste! Y'all, purple hearts in the chat for Celeste. Holy shit. You canceled your Beachbody subscription on Monday? Hell yeah. Wait, where's my applause? Yay! Woohoo! I'm selling over. I'm working all hours. I'm not making a ton of money. I'm being told stars are in cars. My director opens up a 6 a.m. call every day for like a certain period of time for people who are committed to ranking up, which I participate in that. And I'm still not seeing movement in terms of getting the recruits you need to rank up to director, because you have to have recruits to rank up. Odds, be kind to yourself. Just remember to take some time to think through it, and if you want to chat on Instagram, let me know. If I don't know if you have any friends here in the chat you can talk to, but I also have maybe some recommendations for some products that are not multi-level marketing I can send you to, but just remember to be kind to yourself, okay? Yeah, and no shade if you... Oh, that's awesome. I'm glad there's some snark crew in the chat to see that, because that's super encouraging. I end up recruiting this girl who was a mom, and their funds were very tight. Her husband and her were very hard workers, and she ended up coming for a free facial. That's what we called them. And I was just doing the motions of, I didn't like talking about the opportunity, but I did it because I thought it was what I needed to do to be successful in Mary Kay. And she ended up signing up. And Nikki Hill would handle the inventory conversations, but I told her, or I thought I told her, and this had come up several times. If someone is open about their financial stability with me, then I wouldn't want to take advantage of that. Their financial stability or instability. And this individual, who was a kind, hardworking person who had a lot of drive, who I don't know how to say this. She should not have purchased any inventory from Mary Kay. And the flat out answer from my national sales director, from Nikki Hill, from others, was, you cannot make financial decisions for other people. And anytime that we sign someone up, our upline and our upline's upline and everybody above has access to the contact information. So Nikki followed up with her, and she ordered between $600 and $1,800 worth of product. And again, I should have stood up for her. And I think that it's hard to explain. Yes, I can take responsibility for a lot. I can also say I was young. I can also talk about the influence that is pressed on you as an independent contractor who signs up, who based off of information that isn't quite correct. I think that is this like an R-rated chat now? Why is there spanking going on? Yeah, so basically deflecting personal responsibility onto the person being recruited. Hell yeah, Melissa, let's schedule something. I attended an online facial via Zoom during the panini as a favor to my friend to get a gift. The lady would not stop contacting me after. Yep. No, you're good, Kirsten. I can read between the lines. It was a lot of money. Any amount was a lot. And it's hard to I think that one of the reasons I stayed in even longer was to try to help my local recruits do well. And at the time, there was no director within an hour and a half drive of us, maybe even 2 hours. So we were figuring shit out ourselves, and I was going to almost every single facial that they booked to help them do their class so they could make money. Which was the bare minimum I should have done. And when you're in a group, when you're a part of something, and then people's livelihoods get involved, and you feel guilty and responsible for putting them in a financial pickle, and that's the nicest, a dire financial situation like that, I should have said, sell all of your inventory back. Sell it all back for 90%. Get as much money as you can back, and I'll pay the difference. That's what I should have said. And I can look back now 10 years later and know the right answers I didn't know then. But I will say this. If you have things, if you're still in multi-level marketing and you have things in your, and I say heart or in your mind or your emotions that are saying this feels wrong, don't do it. Even if the person who's telling you to do it is good at sales, even if they have lots of influence, losing your peace by compromising something that you feel strongly about isn't worth it. It wasn't worth it for me. I regret that decision every single day. Hey, Kira. Yes. Melissa is our Mary Kay battle buddy, answering all of the questions. Danielle, what's up? I can't wait to go live with you again. Yes, definitely catch the replay. Y'all, Danielle is awesome. She is an actual business helper person. She does like the SEO side of the online space. I'm probably butchering this because I do the same thing to Gen B, but she's awesome, and she also does anti-MLM content too. Great video setup, great lighting, great sound, super funny. Her dog is adorable. It's a whole thing. So go check her out. I experienced so much of the same thoughts and feelings of Mary Kay afterwards. Thank you, Kira. I got a little like, we're going to be sad together background. I think some people probably like looking at a room better than, my purple swirly thing. So all of my sad stories are going to be in this background. And I hope that people can learn from my story how it, like, in terms of like, I didn't get to the top of Mary Kay, but I got stuck far longer than I should have. And I hope that I can encourage somebody else who feels stuck in their multi-level marketing company that their concerns are worth listening to, that it's incredibly hard to leave, because if you give a shit about people, you don't want to leave the people behind to be basically fed to the wolves of your upline. I don't know exactly the right solution, But I think one start is knowing what type of person you want to be and not compromising to make somebody else who's making money off of you happy. Oh, good, Kira. Well, awesome. I like it too. I love a hole, like a Moody Hoarder's like hobbit hole, but with a window. You know what I'm saying? It's like got a little candle. I end up we end up moving from Mississippi to Texas, and there's lots of other things that happened in between. Well, I got to have to tell you a sad part of the story. God. I'm not being very linear, but I will try to maybe make a linear timeline when I post this to the community tab. And then we'll talk about Young Living. My mother-in-law was diagnosed with cancer. Oh, apologies. Trigger warning. I'm going to be talking about the big C. Apologies. And passing away. She was diagnosed with a brain tumor. And when I was she was diagnosed in 2013. Uh-oh, what did I do? Oh. And so in 2013, right after we got married, she was diagnosed. 2014. It might have been 2014 she was diagnosed. It was a kind of a blur, but I ended up going up and living with them for 5 or 6 weeks to take her to her appointments because my father-in-law was out of personal time off. And I was like, great, I can go help her, and when she's sleeping, I can sell. So I still actively sold while I was up there. Went to trainings 2 hours away. To do Mary Kay stuff, and went to this unit meeting, and they had all made her meals, frozen meals, so that she wouldn't have to cook, which was kind. In the grand scheme of things, looking back, I wish that I wouldn't have been caught up in a multi-level marketing company and not had the opportunity to spend quality time with her. And I know some people aren't in a partnership or married or dating or whatever, and some people have shitty in-laws, but I didn't. And major regret. I'm trying to share my story, and I don't want to manipulate anyone. I think that I've already said this a million times, but I feel things quite deeply. I don't want to. I know that me being emotional and having a bias about multi-level marketing doesn't help present a super fair picture, but this is, I think, being honest about what I remember my experiences to be can help someone else. And so I ended up getting out of Mary Kay at the end of 2015. And after bad interactions with my director and my national, and even though I had some bad interactions, there's some really kind people in Mary Kay. There's time that I spent pouring into someone else's commission check, and I can't get that time back with my husband or with my mother-in-law. So not only was I not making a livable wage, a decent income that contributed to our family, we were losing money, but more meaningful, at least it was more meaningful to me, is the time that I lost with people that I loved. So people are more important, and I don't have a super large capacity to say all the correct things tonight, but at the very base of this, I think people are more important than money. And thank y'all for the support. So 2015 rolls around, I either ended at the very end of 2015 or I end my contract in the very beginning of 2016. All of 2016, I'm working full-time in an actual store because my husband's in school. So I'm trying to bring in money, and I'm working a lot, keeping us afloat that way. I work 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018. We're back to active duty in the military. We move. And 2019 rolls around. And I'm doing contract work. My degree's in graphic design. So I had picked up a remote job before we had moved in 2018. And I was doing that. So 2018, summer of 2019 comes around and I pick up a new contract client who is a blogger. And she needs help with her website, ranking, Pinterest, video editing, social media posting, stuff that I do all the time. Thank y'all for the support. Harper said, DeeCee, I just had the 16th year of passing. I was in a fight with my dad when he passed away. We all have regrets. I'm sorry, Harper. That's really tough. So I start working for this person, and I end up getting the contract job because she's a military spouse and she wanted to support other military spouses. Yep, exactly, Melissa. Everyone's still showing up. Whatever's going on. So I'm starting to do work for this girl, and slowly more work starts coming in about her secondary business, Young Living Essential Oils. And while I've had my negative experience with Mary Kay, the money lost, the regret, and the bad taste in my mouth, I don't have bad feelings about other people or me working. I don't think that I truly understood the brokenness of the compensation plan at that time the way that I do now. So I start editing things that include, because she has a master's in food science. She did a lot of work in labs. She was working for the largest food, I don't remember which one it was, but it was like one of the big food brands as I don't know what it was. Something to do with her degree. So she was involved in chemistry and all this other stuff. Good night, Amber. Have a good night. Good night, Rachel. I thought that I put my guard down because she had so much schooling that she critiqued people within her organization about how they viewed essential oils. So when I was editing stuff, I thought that I was helping add to the integrity of her message, that we weren't sharing misinformation and that we were holding to some kind of standard. I wasn't involved, I wasn't buying oils. I had never bought essential oils at the time. And I was also working for her. I was working for my main graphic designer job. And I was also doing Ship It. I just like being busy. And she called me one day and she said, "Hey, DeeCee, I really hate that you're working all these jobs. Have you ever thought about doing the business side of essential oils? I know it sounds whatever. I know it sounds odd. I know it's non-traditional, but it's really changed my life." She was a silver at the time, and she's making thousands of dollars a month. And I am the type of person, if we have a disagreement about something, I am fine. Meaning, I said, "Hey, you know what? I had a really bad experience in Mary Kay, and I don't want to do multi-level marketing. Thanks so much for the offer, though." And I just got right back to doing the work that she had given me for her blog and for her video she was editing for her oils account, stuff like that. I don't have any we can't talk now because I said no to something that you asked me about. And then she asked me again at some point. And it wasn't just, I didn't feel like, oh man, she's not listening to me. I took it as she's really genuine and she's really excited about her opportunity. It's not that she's disrespecting my boundaries. It's her being excited and wanting me not to have to work all these different jobs. I don't know. I have the ditch of trying to see the best in people. And so as I'm editing hours and hours and hours of video of her going through this candle testing that she was debunking for something being shared in the Young Living page that was kind of contradictory to what Brooke had been sharing, and other stuff, I was starting to be like, oh my gosh, look at this paper that was published on PubMed. This is so cool. And I guess I started getting layered with the stuff, and I was like, I'll just try it, and I can support her. And I had already looked at so much of the compensation plan at this point because I'd put together so many graphics. I was like, she needs, she needs more volume, so I will buy Kit. And I became a brand partner. Bum, bum, bum. Let me take a drink. This is going, I feel like this video is going so badly. Oh, we're only at 1 hour, 10 minutes? Holy shit! I buy a diffuser because I was like, this is so much safer than candles. This is great. If I leave it on, it's not going to be bad. I won't burn the house down, blah, blah, blah. I get the kit, and she calls me the next day, and she's like, oh my gosh, you signed up as a brand partner. And I was like, yeah, but I don't want to sell. She was like, okay. And then she was like, so are you going to like be on loyalty rewards? Are you going to order your monthly stuff? And I was like, well, I'm going to try them out. I did my first 100, I think the first order, cause I got the Aria. I got the big diffuser. And that counted as my first month on loyalty rewards. And I was like, if I like them and they help, I will start using them. Because she was using it to, content warning for talking about infertility, but she was cleaning up the toxins in her home because they were struggling to figure out why her and her husband, who the doctor described as abnormally healthy, why they could not get pregnant. So y'all know my story with that. I think that was additional thing that I was like, oh cool, if you don't have the least harsh chemical you can for a soap, that's great. Or if you have better stuff to mop your floors with, you don't have to put your dog up for a certain period of, I don't know. I was trying to see the best in everything, and I forgot my discerning cap at home. Just kidding. I got them. I was using the oils topically. So first month comes around, and then she's like, hey, if you're going to keep ordering this, I need to stick you somewhere. So are you sure you don't want to sell? And I was like, I will look through the onboarding stuff so I know that I can give you an informed no. But I don't mind buying the stuff because I'm seeing some great results with this, and I like the smells. And so I went through like 10 hours of the training, and I was like, I don't want to sell, but I don't mind supporting y'all. And so she put me under, I'll just name her M. She put me under M, and she, at the time, the girl that I signed up with, my client, Jay, was like, if you have questions, reach out to M. And I was like, I work for you. What do you mean I have to ask M questions now? So I had been stacked because M wanted to grow the business, and M was also in Beachbody at the time. Welcome back, Christina. Yes. Oh, Kira is the smart one. Seriously, like, I don't know how she says all the stuff, like, so intelligently all the time, but Trust was preyed up on with an appeal to authority. It's easy to understand how you trust her. Yep. So that was my first, like, I would have never signed up with M because it's not the type of personality that I jive with. And I mostly can jive with most people, but like in terms of trusting and asking questions, it was not good for me. And so I started looking at the rules. I wasn't going to recruit. I started doing some informational things on my Insta spam account that I can share at some point, I guess. And I don't remember if it was at the end of 2020 or if it was at the end of 2019. It must have been at the end of 2020. So my friend, the girl that I signed up with, Jay, she has a, again, content warning for infertility, but also miscarriage. She has a loss, but it's been the first time they've ever been able to get pregnant, so they thought that that was a good sign. They end up getting pregnant in, was it 2020 or 2019? They get pregnant, and they have a healthy baby at some point, and that was great. So that really reinforced that the oils, the progesterone was working, all that stuff. And M, the girl that I had been stacked into, started occasionally saying, you would do so well if you just decided to sell the oils and recruit people. If you just used your, your online social stuff, you could do this. So genuine question, if she didn't want to sell, then why'd you sign up as a distributor? Like, I know that would help them the most, but did you feel bad if you just bought items? So the way they painted it is you got a discount. You got a discount on the Aria and like 12 oils if you got the premium starter kit. So it wasn't like premium independent distributor kit. The way that they labeled it, Mia, was like a bundle deal. Like the more you buy, the more you save, and you end up being a distributor. So she made $50 off the top for me ordering that premium starter kit. And then she made, the first 3 months, you make a very high percentage on any of my orders. And then after that, all the percentage goes to the person that I'm stacked into. And then she makes a small percentage because I would be second line to her at that point. I know this is compensation talk. It's very twisty, in my opinion, how the premium starter kits were. The premium starter kits were sold as like you're getting a deal as opposed to you're signing up to be a brand partner. And if you're a brand partner at the time, you got a discount on oils or supplements. And if you stayed ordering consistently at 10, what is it? At first you get 10% back in points, and then you get then you get 20% back on month 7, I think. Kira knows all this stuff. But then at 2 years, is it 2 years or 20 months? You start making 24% back on anything you order from the company. But you can never miss a monthly order, or you lose your percentage deal that you get. You have to start over. You lose all the points that you've made. Yeah. Yep. As, a lot of MLMs are set up that way so they can get people in as kidnappers, but then high pressure them into selling. So 2020 was, I think, rough for everyone. And M, the girl that I had been stacked into, had left Beachbody at this point because she wanted to fully focus on Young Living. And I promised Jay, the girl that my client, that I would never miss a monthly order. And so if she needed me as a warm body, as a leg to build for M, I would be a consistent person that the leg would never go inactive because I was there. Meaning I was paying $100 a month on snake oil shit. I did it to get it cheaper. Yep, and you do get it cheaper, and then you make points back, and then you get to buy stuff for, nothing because you have all these points saved up. So, it must have been at the end of 2020. End of 2020, M is about to hit silver. And she was so close. And the November, there's a November Black Friday sale that they were all pushing, get all these things for Christmas presents. It's going to help our volume. We're going to be able to get this person to this rank and this person. And I was like, I can get a few things, but nobody in my family wants Young Living stuff for Christmas. And so Brooke, hey, Clowntown. Hello to Clowntown's mom, too. Brooke Kristen, she is I don't know if she's a Royal Crown Diamond with Young Living now or a Crown Diamond, but she is up there. She's either about to hit Royal or she is already Royal Crown Diamond. She was like, what rank do you need to hit, M, and how much volume do you need? So they were like, well, DeeCee's leg needs this much more volume. So Brooke puts like 24 people on my front line. If that gives you a picture that she's doing this to every single team within 6 levels of her to get them to silver, because she gets an additional, Brooke Kristen gets an additional commission off of silvers. So but odds, they used to have free shipping. They used to have free shipping at the first, so at 100 points, free shipping, if that makes sense. But yes, for the loyalty points, you still had to pay for shipping, but if you did 100 points or whatever, or got it over a certain threshold, you paid $8 for shipping, and that's all you had to pay. Stacky McStackerson. Yep, strategic placement, as we were told to call it. So I get stacked to executive, and I'm not doing the business. I'm just a warm body with a credit card, trying to keep our Instagram posts to be compliant, because apparently nobody gives a shit about following the rules regarding structure function claims and topical application of essential oils. So Michelle, I said her name. Dang it. Okay, I'm going to have to cut that out. M gets to silver. And I think that J was close to gold at that time. They got me because I only had to pay shipping. Yep. In 2021, I'm about to move to next duty station and have a huge falling out with M and J. Yes, I'll have to make a chart. And here's what happened. My mental health was in the toilet. I was trying to treat my very serious mental stuff with essential oils and sniffing them and applying them topically and taking a shit ton of supplements, hoping that I'd somehow balance something that I wasn't, qualified to be able to diagnose on myself, and that it was all going to somehow synergistically figure itself out. And that was not the case. That was not the case. So M messages me on Instagram and sends me a long message and says, if you would only use your social media stuff, you could really do well at this business. You would only just have to do this and this and this, and you could start recruiting people. And at that point, with all my mental health stuff going on, I was upset because I had not only told them over and over and over again that I didn't want to sell, that I didn't want to recruit. Hey, Jeanette, I didn't want to recruit. They heard that I didn't want to, and they still kept asking. And so I was upset because it seemed like when somebody else needed something, they conveniently forgot that I had drawn a boundary and that whatever I said didn't matter in the grand scheme of personal profit. And I messaged Jay. Hey, Tanya. I messaged Jay and I started crying, as y'all have seen me do so many times on YouTube. I said, this is upsetting because I've told M and I've told you multiple times I don't want to recruit. And Jay said, if you'd only look at it from her perspective, because I was uncontrollably sobbing. I was so upset. Partially my mental health stuff. I was at kind of a breaking point. I was spending a crap ton of money to support someone else's commission check. And we were moving. I was finishing getting the house that I had renovated ready to sell. We were still quarantining, and I was crying my little heart out on Marco Polo, and Jay came back and said, calm down. I think you just need to take a look at it from her perspective that, she needs the money because this is her full-time job. And at that point, I was like starting to pull away because in my mind, money apparently is the equalizer here or the crusher here, and that money is going to win out over boundaries, and I don't want to be in a place that's like that. There were some other things going on with getting the 𝐓𝐇𝐓𝐅𝐔𝐋, and that nobody, I don't think anyone on my, some of the mill spouses did because they didn't want to leave the military, and it was twisty, I guess. So I started pulling back. I kept doing my order. I stayed active for over a year, and my client Jay got pregnant again, which was incredible. And I was super happy for her. And I was lurking in the MLM space starting late 2021, early 2022. I had joined Aaron's Discord, and I don't know how to say his last name, but 𝐓𝐇𝐎𝐓𝐅𝐔𝐋, or it's KAIO. He and other people were super welcoming to me. And I was like lurking, and I said, like, I'm still in. I think I said that divine intervention, that I'm here tonight. Oh, I'm glad you're here too, Odds. I was just able to lurk, and there was no judgment that I was still in a multi-level marketing company. I wasn't like spying or anything. I was just like, I feel really lost. Everyone seems nice. I don't want to not be paying this monthly, because once I stop paying it, I'm definitely not going to have these people anymore that I've talked to every single day since 2019. So when I hear some videos, and not necessarily the creators that I follow, but videos where they're just like, oh, you're in a cult, just leave. It's not that easy, and it's hard giving up relationships that you thought meant something. They at least meant something to you. So I'm lurking in the live chats in the Discords, or at least in Aaron's Discord, and that book came out, and Kira has a blog post on it, but the shit hit the fan with this former Young Living rep who sells in Modere now. And if you can imagine people who are pro looking at every ingredient on the planet and only advocating for healthy solutions, that they would be up in arms about censorship in 2020 and 2021. That when this stuff hit the fan, all of a sudden the people that were against censorship decided to censor the shit out of everything and say, oh, team, you don't need to look at this because it's just a smear campaign. Oh, team, this is just blah, blah, blah. And while my ability to be self-aware in terms of I don't want to be a hypocrite, I think that I am sometimes, I think I am sometimes. I'm not perfect. It was wildly hypocritical to have sat back and listened to people who did not want or were not advocates of censorship for 2 years. And then when it fit their agenda, that all of a sudden information was too important to share with the downline. And I'm in marketing. This is the book. And again, I'm in marketing, I understand that the Melissa Truitt and the Vinings were former Young Living people. They left. They're not just some brand partners who decided to leave who were at the bottom of the pyramid. They were top pyramid performers. They left, and someone effed up, and Melissa got one of these books. Who's in Modere? Melissa is also very strong I say strong believer, passionate about her faith and her belief in God. And if you have no religious background, at least in the Christian space, one of the things that she was upset about, and I think maybe I got this wrong. Kira did a whole breakdown on her blog post. I don't know if she's going to link it. But there's something, at least from my understanding, theologically wise, in the Bible, when there's parts that say I am, that is normally that refers to God or Jesus or whatever. So you would not, when you're capitalizing it in this book and you are speaking that over yourself, someone who doesn't do that in their own religion, their feathers would bristle at that. And Spike, she works for John Atack, understands more of this. It's more new agey stuff. Kira did a blog post. Go check that out. It's going to help you understand. But anyways, Melissa's upset. and I'm getting the PR performance of a lifetime, accepting for the fact that for some reason Young Living forgot that they sent out a newsletter a year before telling all of us little underlings to buy the book when it got published. I guess they forgot about that. So when Young Living said, no funds of ours were used to promote this book, we have no association. Mary Young wrote the foreword of the book. She's good friends with one of the authors. She told people in a newsletter that she printed with company funds for all of us poor little underlings to buy the book last year. I think Kira has a digital copy of it now. So I'm seeing this from a marketing perspective. Young Living is flat out lying about their involvement. The team that I'm with is in full-on censorship mode and participating in some hypocritical, she's gonna come on sometime, Jessica. Yes. Yeah, y'all, this is Kira's blog on the blog post. Young Living Cult Book Breakdown. It's really good. So I told the downline on our team chat about the situation. I tried to be a little unbiased as much as I could. I said, and I'll read you my exit email, but I said, hey, there's a former Young Living Diamond who currently sells with another network marketing company, Modere, who received a book that has a foreword written by Mary Young. The book's contents really upset her, and she didn't know how someone had her address. And because she was formerly with Young Living, she thought that someone from Young Living had sent it to her. And blah, blah, blah. Whatever it was. So I was trying to say, give some information so that they know what the hell was going on, because I had no idea really what the bite model was at that time. I didn't really know about strategic information control at scale in the way that it's used to keep people in a group. But I didn't appreciate people who championed access to information all of a sudden were like, no, it doesn't serve our purposes, so we're not doing that. So this happened in February. So I talked to my husband, because we're tag teaming this, and I said, look, this is what's going on. Read these posts, these PR posts by Young Living. Read the posts by Brooke. Read this message in the private group chat that we have, and tell me your thoughts. And he's like, why don't you think on it for a month? And if you're still this passionate about not being associated with this company anymore, let's go ahead and quit. So March of 22 last year, the 24th, I sent M and J this email. I said, "Dear J and M, with a heavy heart, I am writing to let you both know that I will be signing over mine and my husband's line to whomever you deem appropriate after this month. I don't trust Young Living as a company or as a business model anymore. A massive chunk of my feelings stems from Mary Young and Young Living's evasive, for my money, response to the recent controversy with the anti-Christian / New Age book. That's my best understanding I had at the time. That some current and former Young Living diamonds received. In short, their response doesn't engage with my spiritual concerns, and I didn't particularly appreciate how a high-ranking brand partner responded to one of the more prominent accounts that brought attention to this issue. I guess I forgot that part. So here's M, here's J, here's R, here's Brooke Kristen, here's Jessica Garvin. Jessica Garvin reached out to Melissa Truitt and said, "You're a disgrace to network marketing." And I just wasn't stoked about being associated with a group that bullies people. So that was a big deal for me too. I said at the time that I love you both and I would like to stay friends. I guess I have hard feelings now, but I was trying to be diplomatic then. I don't have any hard feelings against either of you or anyone under Jay's team. Please let me know if you have any questions. I have access to a notary if anything needs to get signed sooner rather than later to allow any new signups you may both have in mind to take over both of our lines. Because I did not want J losing her rank or M losing her rank because I stopped ordering. And so this is what M sent back to me 2 days later. So I sent this on, I thought it was on the 24th. I sent it on March 9th. So she sent me a reply on March 11th. She said, "Hey, DeeCee, thanks for the email. I really wish you would have sat in on our conversation about the book on our last team call, as well as come to us with questions or concerns. A lot of information was shared that shed light on the situation, but I completely respect your decision to do what's best for you and step away. I'll powwow with Jay and we will figure out where to go with your line here in the next few days. I always have and always will consider you a friend, and if you ever need anything, don't hesitate to reach out." Look, I know I read that in a little bit of a snarky way. There's no way that anyone at the level that I was associated with could have changed the issues that I had. They could not have changed how Jessica Garvin reached out to Melissa Truitt. They couldn't have changed how Young Living media response team handled their press release. They couldn't have changed how Brooke Kristen said and gaslight the shit out of people and said, "No, Young Living answered all of your questions" in their post. No, they did not. They couldn't have changed any of that. So what questions could they have answered? None of them. Yes, I am still on cat. So that was a frustrating response. She got back with me on, when was my last day? On March 21st. And then I finished signing everything on the 24th, I think. And then, so on April April 24th, I finished everything. 2022 last year. So I had left Young Living, and at this time, my client that I had talked to every day since 2019 pretty much didn't send any email in this process because I was instructed to correspond with M for any single business related thing in Young Living. So I respected what they said. Good night, Beth. And I did that, but I did not get contacted by Jay until last year, and she texted me when I was on a live. She texted me August 20th of last year. So I had reached out in March. She ended up having a baby at some time, and I don't know if this is inappropriate to read, but I'm trying to have somewhat of a timeline. This is like so twisty. She said, this was last year. Hey, DeeCee, I hope you're doing well. I've been thinking so much of you and your husband. I also wanted to apologize about not responding when you decided to part with Young Living. I'm sorry I didn't take the time to respond. It wasn't anything against you whatsoever. I just wasn't mentally able to handle it around the time of S's birth. So sorry. I really respect you and understand your decision to separate, but I do, of course, miss you. And I have never responded because I'm an asshole. Oh, check. What did I do? Check my messages. Thank you, Beth. Thank you. Thank you very much. I am in therapy. I wouldn't say I'm the best student. It has been hard leaving Mary Kay. It's been hard leaving Young Living. It is still hard in 2023, and I haven't even been out a year. My first video that I made on my YouTube channel, was April of, your channel, and I need to mute this. Okay. Videos. I know I pre-uploaded something. Manage videos. I'm going to try to see. I think it's April. I didn't really waste any time. Not that that's the right terminology. April 24th of last year was when I started trying to figure out how to speak out, but there's not a right way to leave a multi-level marketing company. There's a lot of twisty stuff that happens in these groups because your friends are involved, or people you think are your friends. Money's involved, spirituality is involved, emotional control, behavior control, information control, thought control. And I think you can best advocate for yourself. And one of the tools that I would highly recommend is, if you can afford it, go to therapy and find a therapist who has experience with groups like this and helping people leave. There's not a right way to leave an MLM. If you leave and you don't ever want to speak out publicly about it, That's great. I keep shaking my head, but I'm like, I'm trying to communicate that when you leave, it doesn't have to look like me or another creator or any public facing person. It doesn't have to be on a certain timeline. Sometimes it's really messy. We've seen that on my channel over the past year. There's a lot of emotions. Leaving people that you thought were your friends is very hard. And I hope that I know there's creators who share the empathy of the struggle of leaving if they've ever been in a MLM. I hope that if you're considering leaving, that you can at least know that there's a shared empathy, that I know how hard it is to leave. And it is still a process to realize that I put our family in a financially unstable place because trying to make 2 multi-level marketing businesses work. And even if you have a hard time accepting it, I think that the business model is inherently broken. So if there's a way for you to leave sooner rather than later, don't mess around with engaging the sunk cost fallacy. Meaning, I spent so much time already, I have to make something of it. I can't quit because I'll disappoint this person. I can't quit because who's going to take care of the people that I signed up? And those are all big questions, and they're hard questions to answer. I hope that maybe you can start considering that you deserve to be advocated for too. And I wish that there was more content back in the day that I could have watched, that I could have learned about some of the some of the very problematic parts of multi-level marketing that, in my opinion, hurt more people than they help. And I think Kira said this really well. Do what is best for you. Your mental health is the most important through the process. And I think that's a great, succinct way to remember that you deserve to be advocated for in a healthy way too. That's a good point, Mia. As someone who sent a message of apology to someone, I didn't need a response. I just wanted to say my piece and that hopefully they would read my words. It is, and again, that's I thank you for sending that, Mia. I think that if I was at a different spot in a healthier mental place without as much baggage, I might have been able to respond to that in a way that would honor the boundaries that I've drawn and also be able to acknowledge that I appreciate you sending the apology. It's still a lot of emotions under the surface. The trouble, if you've never been in a multi-level marketing company, it's hard to empathize with someone who has, and they explain how every single part of the company seeps into every part of your life when you're really focusing on trying to make it work. You're doing the personal development. You're teachable. You're trying to do every single thing that your upline's telling you because they've told you that that learners are earners or whatever, and that The best students are the best leaders. And there's nobody that's going to be able to advocate for you as well as you are. There's no one that's going to be able to advocate if you have a family, for your family, as someone who's on the team for your family, meaning every single time that you purchase something from the company, you may look at it like you're helping your upline or you're helping your team. I just want additionally for you to remember that every time you place an order to the company that you're a contractor with, your upline gets a commission and their upline gets a commission. It's a little bit different for every single company, but don't forget that. When they're selling you on the goodness and the efficiency of having product on hand for the customers, that they make an immediate commission off of anything purchased from the company. And there's, at that point, no financial incentive for them to help you sell that product. And that was hard for me to understand when I was in Mary Kay. And I didn't inventory load for the sake of inventory loading in Young Living, but I have a shit ton of product because I had to order over $100 every month to be an active leg for M and for J. I'm just going to read comments and then I'm probably going to end the stream. I've never been in an MLM, but I've been in a religion, and I left after being in my whole 22 years, and it's hard to let go of friends and people I loved. It's like breaking up, and there's grieving. Yep. Oh, thank you for saying that, Bunny. Sorry I missed that earlier. I said it earlier, but it's good and okay to be emotional. It helps to let it go. Thank you for sending that, and thank you for sending it again. I definitely missed a lot of messages. Yes, the toxic positivity causes a lot of guilt for having real emotions. It's okay to be sad, angry, frustrated, grieve, etc. Avoiding those healthy emotions is what's really toxic. Yeah. I guess the part of the title of this stream is what am I doing now? I am working full-time as a graphic designer. I have been making YouTube content, trying to figure out how to do it in a way that helps other people, how to try to use my empathy for good instead of meltdowns, if that makes sense. I think that there's room for everyone who wants to be an activist and try to stop MLMs from harming others. And I hope that someday my content, whatever it is, gets to the point that it can help people who are stuck in multi-level marketing have a better handle on what questions to ask so that they can either leave sooner rather than later. And if they're thinking about joining an MLM, that they have the questions to be able to advocate for themselves and get the answers that they need. And I believe that if people are dogged about getting straight answers from multi-level marketing leaders, that the answers deter the interest in joining. I have found a lot of value in at least attempting to help other people on my platform. We're about to move overseas. When we're actually there, I know some of y'all already know this, so I will probably mention it when I'm actually there, because I don't want to mess things up for my husband and his job. I'm a little somber right now because this is a lot to talk about. Initially, back in the day, I was going to try to talk about my Young Living experience and my Mary Kay experience right when I left. And every time that I had started to schedule or talk about it, it was like there's a huge lump in my throat. And I didn't even go into detail maybe like I should have for this call. But I hope that if you hear something similar in what I shared, that it helps if you're stuck in a multi-level marketing company, that you know that you're not alone, that you're not broken if the system isn't working, or that if you're not making money. And if you have questions or need a place to land, the space here with people trying to fight against the exploitation of multi-level marketing company and the top leaders and the CEOs who are personally profiting off of the deceptive recruiting practices, that maybe you can lurk and listen and find out for yourself. You can Google and be able to maybe answer some of those questions. For Mary Kay specifically, Pink Truth is a good starting place. There's a lot of Mary Kay videos here on YouTube. You can lurk and look. But specifically for Mary Kay, stars do not earn cars. Stars pay commissions and bonuses to the upline. And anytime that you buy a certain, any amount of product from the company, it immediately pays your upline and their upline. Don't forget that you're the one paying for your upline's lifestyle, and there's no financial incentive for your upline to help you sell that product because they've already been paid. If you have questions about Young Living or Mary Kay, you can send me a DM on Instagram. It's been a rough few weeks for me. I know that there's people in this space where it's been far rougher for them. I've been a little bit skittish about being scared about looking at my DMs because they haven't been good. So I'm going to be live streaming. You can ask questions in the live stream, or if you want to send me an email, you can send it to sayhello2DeeCee@gmail.com. sayhellotodeecee@gmail.com. And I can try to answer your questions there. There's so much also additional like stuff on Young Living. Kira has a ton of it. We've been trying to uncover it on my channel, on Kat's channel, on Savannah Marie's channel. A ton of people are trying to show some of the lack of transparency on their part. It's not a company that I support. And I hope that their consumers start to see behind the scenes stuff that's actually going on. I can't talk about Young Living yet either. Been out since 2016, I think. It's rough. Oh, good. Yes, Kira has a group for ex-Young Living reps on Facebook. I forgot. I'm in there too, because it's just forget all the things. Stars don't earn cars. Hell yeah, I'm going to make a sweatshirt. Yeah, Kira is Mombi on Instagram. Maybe Kira, can you drop the link in the Facebook chat? Or maybe I can do it. I have Facebook open right now. Hold on. Please hold. Where did I put it? See more. Groups. Okay, here we go. I don't know why it's not listing on my thing, but I think I'm in too many Beachbody groups. There it is. Right there at the top. All right. Yes, this would definitely be Kira's merch though. It took me years to talk specifically about my old MLM because of intense guilt and shame. And yeah, if y'all, I did a stream with my dad, 𝐓𝐇𝐎𝐓𝅅𝐔𝐋, who streams with me, or he used to stream with me a lot, where we listened to the old sales pitch that I listened to that got me to sign up in Mary Kay. And I think that he had a good perspective on not getting stuck and feeling shame about stuff. So if you want to watch it, I will make sure to put it in the description below. We've been here for 2 hours and 5 minutes. I'm a little long-winded, but we covered 2 multi-level marketing companies. If you've got to this point in the video and you stuck around, I'm so happy. If you actually like this video, I would love for you to like the video. And if you would like to see more content on trying to expose the stuff going on in multi-level marketing and doing it kind of in a empathetic way with a dash of snarkiness, this may be the channel for you. So I'd love for you to subscribe. We also have an anti-MLM version of the group for those who weren't in Young Living but want to help expose them. Y'all, Kira has been an activist for years and years, and she and Kat and I think Amanda and Jess and Savannah, I know there's more, help take down Black Oxygen Organics, which was a multi-level marketing company. It's crazy. We love a long-winded activist. You know, I think we just need to make stuff like the long-winded activist side of the YouTubes. Oh, thank you, Amy. I know I said I was going to say goodbye 12 minutes ago. Amy, you're incredible. Amy's is another content creator. She's so close to 1,000 subscribers. She's been doing the most, taking care of her family and trying to figure her health out after leaving Beachbody. If you like empathetic, articulate, intelligent creators who have a soothing I don't know, just a soothing presence, Amy is I was gonna say Amy's your girl, but Amy's your lady. And or I think I think those are her. I'm sorry if I got your pronouns wrong. I'm sorry. Everyone have a good sleep. Take a deep breath. Do something fun. Maybe sleeping is fun for you if you can sleep. I'm probably gonna play a game. So thank you for being here, and I will see you on the next video. Thanks so much for taking the time to spend 2 hours and 7 minutes and 27 seconds or 28 seconds with me. So bye everybody. Let's see if our outro works. Ah.